All right, welcome back to our podcast, Inspire. And we are here with a big episode. Today, I actually just ran my first unofficial Ultramarathon.
Let's go. Let's get some intensity going. Oh, yeah.
I'm gassed. I'm out of energy. But, yeah, so I ran 50K. I say unofficial because it was all tracked on my Apple Watch. So it wasn't an official race or anything. I mean, that could be more or it could be less, but I was doing about 5.5 mile loop. Did that 5 times, and then I finished off with a 3.5 mile separate loop. But I did that today. I did it. It was a spur of the moment decision because last week we were actually in Florida visiting our grandparents in Naples, and it was at the same time that Russia launched its attack into Ukraine. And there's an Instagram guy I follow named Jeremiah Solomon, who's an ex-Army Ranger, and he was posting stuff on his story about, because he saw combat, and I don't know if it was Iraq or Afghanistan, but he saw combat and he was giving tips about what exercises you can do to better prepare your body for that type of physical stress. And he was talking about burpees, and then I Instagram DM'd him and I said if he had any other tips, and he said do an ultra. So then I said, okay. And the shortest ultra, an ultra is anything over 26.2 miles, but the shortest official ultra is a 50K. So I just decided to do it today. Woke up, I slept in, and then I just woke up, ate breakfast, and decided to do it. Because over in Florida, Davis and I ran 15 miles. Yes. But other than that, I didn't do too much training. I'll definitely do training next time because it's brutal.
All right, let's break it down because Brennan ran a 31-mile ultramarathon with almost no training, just a couple weeks leading up. Obviously, Brennan does a lot of working out day to day, runs probably mostly 10 miles or less, lifting, boxing. But this is a whole step up because probably those last 5-10 miles are going to be absolutely brutal, that extra extension. Even though I remember it's 5 miles more than a marathon, those 5 miles are a lot of strain.
Yeah, it's crazy. Because I have that thought too, where 5 miles doesn't seem like a lot, but those 5 miles in the moment feel like 100 miles. Because you're at that point, your body is just hurting. Because the thing, I ran a marathon, so I kind of had that in the back of my head where I could do at least 26.2. But then leading up to that, like mile 20, mile 22, where I started feeling it, I was afraid I wouldn't be able to go 31. So in my mind, I ended up having to walk, run pretty much the last 10 miles. My legs were killing me, and I didn't know if I was going to be able to finish 31, because like David said, I didn't train at all. But then the last 3.5, I kind of found my second wind. It was dark. I like running in the dark too, because it forces you to look directly in front of you. People always say just focus on the next step, but it's kind of hard when it's daytime and you can see where you're trying to go or whatnot, but in the dark, you can't see that, so it forces it. So I think that really helped me, because the last 3.5 miles, I averaged like 8:40s, where from mile 23 to 27.5, I was walking / running. So it just shows next time I do it, it just push my limitation. And my mind was calloused, as the great David Goggins would say.
Oh, yeah. That's big, Brennan, because I'm honestly inspired. I'm amazed that with almost no training, you went out and did that. I thought I had a good run today. I ran 20 miles a little early in the morning. I get back, Brennan's like, I'm going to run 31 miles, and he did it, no problem.
Yeah, it's funny, because when I came down, Dad said, oh, David's running 20 miles today. And I said, I'm going to run 31 today. And he's like, no way. And I did it. My mom was telling me to stop, because I started around 2 p.m., and I finished around 7. So it was the last 5 miles were pretty much all in the dark. But I like running in the dark, so that was good.
Hey, that's inspiration right there. You're talking about David Goggins. We saw he just did one of his running challenges. It's amazing the presence that he has as well.
Yeah, he's really inspiring. He does the 4 miles every 4 hours for 48 hours, which comes out to 48 miles. We should probably, it happened this past weekend. But maybe Davis and I should do that one time. It's tough though, because you have to wake up at odd hours of the day. It's only 4 miles every 4 hours, which isn't bad, but you say that now, and it's going to add up. Another quote that David Goggins has that was running through my head today was in his book. He said that humans are they come up with these crazy goals when they're the most comfortable. Like they'll be sitting on their couch. For instance, me, I was sitting in my bed, hanging out in Florida, and I was like, all right, I'll run 31 miles. It can't be that bad. And you don't realize how much you suffer. I mean, Davis and I have totally different mentalities when it comes to ultras or just running in general, because Davis finds it way, I can't even imagine doing a full Ironman, I was telling him, but he just finds it fun where you gotta battle the demons.
Yeah, and it's just practicing. I mean, if you'd done a disciplined training program, even for a couple months, it probably would have made it a lot more enjoyable today. We're just cruising along.
Yeah.
Because now Brennan's feeling great.
Yeah.
He's got the feeling of achievement, but just preparing the body for it.
Yeah, I think I really got to focus on something, because I mean, I ran the marathon in spur of the moment as well. I did this, so now I'm just gonna get dialed in and do some boxing. I've been doing boxing, but I'm getting my tooth fixed in April, and once that's done, I'm gonna start going hard in that and hopefully achieve something and win a couple tournaments. That's my next big thing.
That's awesome. Just to go after it. And Brennan's already working extremely hard, so
yeah. But I'm gonna turn the volume up, because I do not want to get dropped in the ring. But if I do, I do, as long as I give it my best. But I really want to. I gotta focus on something and see what I can achieve.
Hey, for the long term, that's what it's all about. That conditioning today will definitely
it's gonna help mentally, physically.
Cardio.
It puts you in places where your body's telling you to quit. And it's weird. It's funny. I mean, running's a funny thing because Davis and I ran 15 miles in Florida.
Yes.
But our average pace was 7:15. So you get to a point where your lungs. I also had a really bad asthma attack on my ultra, but with these shorter races, you get to the point where you want to quit a lot quicker than an ultra. Or the ultra, it's like mile 20. That's when your body starts telling you to quit. We've already been out there for 3 hours, compared to being out for an hour and a half. So you can get to that point real quick. Or if you're sprinting, running a mile as fast as you can, it's all about. I think the hard thing with the ultra is just the amount of time that you're out there, because it gives your mind a lot of time to try to play tricks on you, and it's just a lot of time by yourself.
Yes. Yeah, you need the strategies and get used to it. But I'm proud of you, Brennan. Going out there, battling through it, it's something else. Ever since we were little, Brennan can just go out, run long distances, whatever it takes. Yes, but even more so, you just naturally will just go out and do it.
Yeah, I said that Jeremiah Solomon guy for the inspiration, but Davis is also the inspiration.
Thank you, bro.
He cranks it out.
Each other. I'm learning from Brennan, because we'll talk about where Brennan, he's been doing cross country, he's been running for a lot longer. So because he knows tremendous amounts just about the training, things that have never even crossed my mind.
Yeah.
I just had a structure to work out, and yeah, he's a beast. There's no other way to say it.
Yeah, one thing, I mean, Davis loves pretzels, and that was pretty much the only thing I ate was 2 bags of pretzels. I drank some water. I didn't really focus on my nutrition too much.
Yeah, I took the Pedialyte idea from you. I noticed you drank one of those today, and I started drinking those. 2
Gatorades, but got it done.
Hey, think about it. You had almost no nutrition. You went out there, got it done, almost no training. Imagine if you do train the next time, how much farther you'll be able to go, how much faster.
Yeah, I mean, I probably will do it 100 mile, but that probably won't be for a couple of years, because I want to focus on boxing now and weightlifting, getting ready for that. And then once that's all done, then I'll think about maybe doing, because you're right, I have to dial in completely.
Onto whatever you're thinking of. What did you think about the amount of time that took? Because you were out there for about 5 hours. That's a big chunk of a Sunday when a lot of people will be relaxing, or could you say instead, hey, it's like a football game and a half, basically?
Yeah, I mean, time's a funny thing, which I'm learning, because sometimes it seems as if it slowly crawls by, where somebody watching this might say, oh, 5 hours? That's crazy, that's so long. But when you're in the moment, it goes quick. Yes. Yeah, it's weird. It just kind of goes by. That guy, Jordan Peterson, he said that if you can find this flow state in your mind where your brain kind of loses the concept of time, then you're doing something that you enjoy and it's things that you want to keep on doing. I kind of experienced that today where, I just was in a flow state, just focused on running, my thoughts. I listened to some music, and 5 hours just went by.
Wow, that's intense.
But the only time where it was, I really was like, God dang, was when I had to walk.
Yes.
Because then I was like, holy crap, this is taking forever. But once I started getting to the run, the flow state, it just went by pretty quickly.
Yes. Hey, because that's one of the big ultra running strategies. I think you were talking about where if you're going uphill, you take a little bit, you walk, and then you just go again.
Yeah. It's
So even the best in the world will do it pretty.
Yeah. I only did 31 miles too. David said 45 when he did.
And that's nothing in the world of all these races.
Yeah, and these guys are going 100 plus.
Yes, we're just getting started, just trying to test it out.
It's crazy.
To it. Because I think that's just a process where you have to build over time.
Yeah, I was 31 going more than that would have been. I could have done it, but that would have been bad.
Yeah.
But happy that I did it, feeling good.
Oh yeah.
Mine doesn't feel too bad, so I'll get a good night's sleep and then start getting after it again tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. You emptied the gas tank today.
Yep.
Like we were saying.
Empty the gas tank each day.
Brennan getting after it out of nowhere.
Not out of nowhere.
Dude, pretty much.
Because it happened a week ago. The guy was like, do it. And I was like, okay.
How you stepped up to the challenge.
I have to. I got to hold myself accountable. Another thing I got to do is 2 years ago, I tried to do a mile trial.
Yes.
And the idea was to do sub 4, which now looking back is insane. I don't think there's no way I hit sub 4 without dedicating years of my life to it. But I definitely have to finish off that series. So in the spring, or probably after I finish boxing, or maybe during boxing because that's good cardio. I'm gonna try it again because I left people hanging, so I can't do that anymore.
I gotta come back to it.
But I'm gonna finish that off talking about holding myself accountable because I made my first video and it kind of popped off and people liked it, and then I ran a second attempt and I ran like 5:10 because I did not pace myself well, and then I lost all motivation to make the video. Making content and working out is difficult.
Yes.
Because you're already gassed and you have to focus on that task at hand, and you also have to think about making it. It's tough, but I'm gonna complete that series.
Oh yeah, mile trial, completely different type of running. Right?
Yeah,
different systems.
Hopefully I can. My PR was 4:56 last year, so hopefully I can get down to like sub 4:50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those numbers are insane right there. If you run a sub 5 minute mile, you're already maybe not in like world class, but you're a lot faster.
Yeah, so we'll see. But right now my next goal is boxing, and then we'll go from there. But maybe the mile trial might come out of boxing because it's good cardio.
Yeah.
Good conditioning. Because boxing is more just
Short
a sprint.
sprints.
Like the rounds are only 2 minutes. So that's nerve wracking, scary, but just pushing myself, pushing the boundaries, and learning a good skill. So hopefully I don't get knocked out.
Let's go. Big day for Brennan over here. We're excited. The champ.
Soon to be.